Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to our lunch event. I'm Zoe, a product manager here at Vinchin, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be here today to introduce Vinchin Backup and Recovery version 9, taking data protection to the next level and safeguarding your entire IT infrastructure. Here's what we will cover today. First, I will give you a quick intro about who we are. Then we will go straight into the star of this webinar, Vinchin Backup and Recovery V9, and explore its groundbreaking features and the real value it brings to your organization. Okay, now allow me to briefly introduce Vinchin. In today's digital world, our data isn't just ones and zeros. It's the lifeblood of our business. That's where Vinchin comes in. So Vinchin is the leading data backup and disaster recovery service provider. We offer products for data backup, business DR, ransomware recovery, data verification, migration, copy, archive, in cloud, virtual, physical, or hybrid environments. And I'm so proud to say our solutions have earned trust on a global scale. Just check out these exciting numbers. We now operate in over 117 countries, serve more than 50 industries, support over 30,000 enterprise customers, and successfully protect more than 6 million virtual machines. And this year, we were also honored to be named in the Gartner Peer Insights Voice of the Customer report for enterprise backup and recovery software solutions. This report is built on real user feedback. Out of 72 global vendors, we scored 4.9 out of 5 with a 100 user satisfaction rate. We know a powerful product needs a powerful ecosystem. That's why we are constantly partnering across the tech landscape to build integrated data solutions. Our product is compatible with market mainstream database, virtual platforms, operating system, and chips, all certified for smooth integration into your IT environment. If you haven't tried Vinchin yet, we offer a 6-day enterprise trial completely free. You will get access to all advanced features. If you have any problem with product during use, you can check our extensive documentation, including detailed user guide, how-to videos, and help center. If online documentation cannot still solve your problem, our support team is just a click away through our customer portal. We also have special portals for partners and a community forum. Okay, now let me introduce the Vinchin Backup and Recovery V9. The concept of the Vinchin Backup and the Recovery whole infrastructure we summarize as forward: comprehensive, secure, resilient, and reliable. From the underlying component architecture to the top-level management experience, V9 achieves an all-round evolution. We provide different levels of data protection services for different customers. Okay, so how does Vinchin protect all your business workloads, no matter the scenario? Let's start with virtual machine backup. Vinchin supports agentless backup for over 30 virtual platforms, and in V9, we have added support for Alpha and K-grade. You can set up full, incremental, differential, or forever incremental backup strategies. You can even set up job retry policy to minimize failures. Vinchin supports LAN-free transmission. This is much efficient data transmission strategy by transferring backup data through storage area network without passing through production area network. Then there is no impact on your business services. When it comes to recovery, Vinchin gives you full restore, instant restore, and granular restore. And in V9, we have added two new granular recovery methods. It's client transfer and network sharing. We also support agentless V2V migration, restoring VMs directly to a different platform. With cloud-native tech everywhere, V9 also extends protection to Kubernetes. We offer comprehensive backup capabilities, protecting from individual PVC and pod to entire applications and namespace. Using application-consistent snapshot technology, we ensure data integrity for stateful applications within containers. And it doesn't matter where your Kubernetes run, on bare metal, virtualized infrastructure, or in the cloud, V9 has you covered. Databases are the soul of customers' business. V9 significantly enhances support for modern databases, including TiDB, as well as multi-version compatibility for popular databases like Oracle. We offer advanced features like Oracle Parallel Backup, custom scripts and RMAN, visual configuration, and so on. Faced with massive unstructured data like documents, videos, Excels, and pictures, Vinchin supports backing up data from storage such as NAS, S3 object storage, file servers, Hadoop HDFS, and cross-platform recovery between them. As one full backup window needs several days, file forever incremental backup can improve backup efficiency, especially when file amount over 10,000. And for recovery, Vinchin supports restoring the original file permissions and attributes, ensure file usability. So we are backing up everything, but how to ensure the security of your backup data? You have probably heard of 3-2-1 golden backup rule. Well, in V9, we are taking it further with what we call the 3-2-1-1-0-0 secure backup rule. That means keep at least 3 copies of your data on 2 different media types with 1 copy offsite, 1 copy on immutable storage, and achieve 0 errors in recovery with 0 unauthorized access. This rule represents our best practice understanding of data protection, aiming to build a perfect data resilience system for enterprise. Okay, let's talk about the new part, 100 in detail. The second one stands for immutable storage. V9 builds a defense architecture. Kernel-level hardening prevents system tampering. Implement immutability for backup data using immutable storage. Object lock for object storage, or offline storage on physical tape. Worm protection indicates that retention periods are calculated independently to prevent unauthorized deletion. of backup data by root or administrator. We further support writing backup data to immutable cloud storage, adding a time lock to your backup data. Okay, the first zero means zero backup error. Backup is like a black box. We can't know if a backup is truly useful until we restore it. During extra recovery, unexpected data issue can cause recovery failure. Therefore, it's crucial not only to perform backups, but also to continuously test and verify them to ensure they are usable. So Vinchin provides embedded virtualization for isolated verification environment. Customers do not need to prepare extra verification resource. It does affect the operation of production. Regular automatic verification helps you to confirm the status of backup data and generates a verification report notified by email. Vinchin V9 automatically scans backup data for errors, identifies and marks secure backup points without requiring manual operation. System was integrated custom antivirus engines and third-party engine Kaspersky. No need to prepare antivirus environments or mount data externally. The engine does not require additional configuration, so it can be used after booting. And the malware scanning is conducted in an isolated sandbox within the system so that to reduce secondary infections. If you want to restore, Vinchin will help you to identify clean and usable backup points to prepare for secure feature recovery. Now, when disaster strikes, user concerned most is the data resilience, or you could say business continuity. When you prefer restoring some specific files or folders rather than your entire backup data, you can perform granular recovery. In this new version, Vinchin newly added network sharing and client transferring to recovery methods. Why are there several methods for granular recovery? When many people need to access a file, you can choose network sharing method. Mount the file system to the client across the SMB network protocol. However, when the file is secret or need to be added, you can choose client transferring. Specify the recovery path to the original client. In this case, file permission and attributes can be recovered to ensure file availability. In the wave of digital transformation, dealing with legacy system is a major challenge. Vinchin V9 provides powerful migration tools to easily migrate business systems from physical servers or old virtualization to new cloud environments or virtualization. The entire process is highly automated, featuring intelligent driver adaptation and boot fix, reducing migration risk and complexity. You just need one click to migrate data to the platform you want. For critical business applications, we offer a continuous data protection solution. The CDP feature in V9 supports mainstream Windows and Linux, capturing every change at the block level to achieve recovery point objectives measured in seconds. This means that in the event of a ransomware attack or accidental deletion, you can restore data to any point in time, just the seconds before the failure, truly approaching zero data loss. CDP ensures that PO achieves zero. So how does Vinchin reduce RTO to guarantee business continuity? Replication is for further disaster recovery. Vinchin supports users to configure an accidental standby server to synchronize data from the original server in real time. V9 supports CDP combined with real-time replication, continuously replicating VMs, instance, and even physical servers from the production to a remote DR site. When a disaster strikes the production environment, you can take over the business system at DR site within minutes, ensuring the business continuity. From the fundamental design and architecture, how does Vinchin itself stay resilient and reliable? V9 is built on a highly modular, scalable architecture. It's made up of three core components. The Vinchin server, the left side, your command center, the Vinchin node scales compute and storage. The Vinchin proxy handles data processing. This means you can deploy lightly in a branch office or scale up across a massive data center. It's flexibility by design. In this new version, Vinchin New supports cluster feature. Clusters can be used to achieve high availability for backup system. This feature is made up of Vinchin servers. If the master node fails, the system automatically switches to another node. Resource pools are employed to ensure load balancing for resources like storage, network, and proxy. Of course, they can be used independently. Okay, Vinchin Backup and DR version 9 is ready to safeguard your digital transformation journey. You can learn about our products through the official website and follow us on social media. We will often share some latest news and webinars. Okay, thanks for attending. May you all have a lovely day.
Okay, so yeah, thanks Zoe for the introduction, the presentation. I believe after her the presentation, you already have some understanding of our Vinchin solution, our V9 solution, what we can do and what we can protect for your IT infrastructure. And next, just let me give you a brief demonstration so you will have a better understanding of the Vinchin V9 feature. And actually, I see today in this webinar, I believe some are already familiar with our solution and some are maybe first time know our solution. So just let me firstly give you an overview of our Vinchin, the whole infrastructure. So now you see on the screen, so this is our software, Vinchin Backup and Recovery, V9. Our software is based on Rocky Linux. So we provide it as an ISO image, which including both the operating system and also the software package. You can just easily install on the physical server or install on the virtual machine or even like install in the cloud. It's very flexible. And after the installation, we can use it from the web console. So here we just go into the system. On the right side, you see this is the home page. Here we can check the summaries of the system, like the system performance, the system status. And the left side here is the function module. Yeah, here we have the monitor center. We can check all the details of the jobs, alerts, reports, etc. And next, very important, three modules. Firstly is the backup module. Here, you can see those are what we can protect for our customer. Firstly is the virtualization backup. Yeah, Vinchin support like the market mainstream platform for agentless backup, including like the VMware, Hyper-V, like the SAM4, and many other platforms. And also we have the private cloud backup, the public cloud backup, the server backup, and files backup, including the file server, the NAS device, object storage, and Hadoop. Also the database backup, the Microsoft, and here the Kubernetes backup. This is the new feature we bring in the V9. So yeah, this is the first part in the backup module, what we can backup for our customer. Except the backup, we also have the CDP solution and the replication solution for the disaster recovery. Or if some customer, they have a more higher requirements for the RPO or RTO, yeah, we provide the continuous data protection solution for our customer. And next module is the data resilience. Yeah, here in this module, we can just check the details of the backup data. We can just view it by the job or by the backup object. Here, check the details, how many restore points we have, and the data size, etc. And here in the data resilience, we also can do the data recovery. For example, for the virtualization, we can take the full restore, the granular restore, or instant restore, or even we can do the cross-platform recovery. The next one is takeover. The takeover is basically used for the CDP, because for CDP we can do the real-time backup, real-time replication, and then we can just from the standby machine just auto take over the business. Next functionality is the verification feature. Actually, in the V9, we also just did some enhancements for the verification feature, because we think the verification, this is very important for backup. After we have the backup data, how we can make sure the data can be recoverable. There is no problem for it. Then for this purpose, we use the verification feature to check the backup data availability. Also, we have the copy and archive feature. This is used for the disaster recovery. Next module is the resources. The resources is just where we manage all the resource we add on Vinchin. And the last one is some basic system settings. So basically, this is the whole infrastructure of Vinchin Backup and Recovery version 9. And next, I will just introduce some main features we have bring in the V9. Actually, for the Vinchin V9, what we just care most is firstly is the security. Yeah, just as Zoe mentioned in the presentation before, in the V9 we bring the concept the 321.100 backup frame. This is like the highest level of secure backup frame to secure the backup data to the highest level. And for the security perspective, it has firstly is from the backup data perspective, and second is from Vinchin itself perspective. So firstly, from Vinchin itself perspective, in V9 here, you can see we have the Vinchin master server high availability. Here we have the Vinchin cluster management. Yeah, this is for the Vinchin master server, the management. We can make sure like we have active and standby Vinchin master server. And in case the active Vinchin server is down, then we can just auto fail over to the second Vinchin server. Yeah, for the management. Second, the security enhancement is for the Vinchin resources is the backup node. Yeah, in the V9, we have bring the concept of the compute resource pooling. So here, the compute resource pooling, this is like the concept is combine the multiple backup node into one compute resource pool. And then we can just utilize this compute resource pool for all the backup job. Yeah, like in previous version, each backup job, we need to just specify which backup node we use to to process the backup. But in V9, we just can use the resource pool. It will auto pick up the best practice one, yeah, best performance one to handle the backup job and just attribute the load balance. And if the backup node is down, also it will auto fail over to another backup node. And next, for the Vinchin itself, security and enhancements, we have the storage resource pool. Yeah, this is also like just to combine multiple storage into one storage resource pool. Then we just utilize this storage pool for all the backup job. And another security enhancement for the storage. Here we have, in the V9, we have bring the concept, the worm protection. So here, when we configure the backup storage, we can enable the worm feature to just make sure that after the data is written into the backup storage, it can be in worm status. No one can modify it. Okay, so Here I just introduce some security enhancement for the Vinchin itself. We have the Vinchin server high availability. We have the Vinchin node and storage resource pooling for the load balance and also for the high availability. And also I introduced about the uh, warm protection for the backup storage. Except the warm protection, we also have the malware scan in the V9. Yeah. So for the malware scan, how we do that? We integrate with some third-party malware scan solution. Here you can see we have two malware scan tools. The one is the open source Clama AV. Yeah, this is like free to use. It's an open source malware scan solution. By default, we will use this one. And another one is Kaspersky. So this is a commercial one, malware scan solution. This is also like one of the most famous one malware scan solution. So if you are like just want to use the Kaspersky, yeah, you can just buy the malware scan service. Yeah, it's a commercial, so we need like extra license for it. Okay, and next I will just introduce more about the some feature enhancement we have bring in the V9. So here I just take a like the VM backup as an example, how we do the backup and what feature enhancement we have implement in the in for the backup. So yeah, here firstly we choose the backup source. Yeah, there are totally four steps for taking the backup job. Firstly, we choose the backup source. The backup source, we can choose like single VM or like multiple VM, or even we choose the whole virtualization layer. And if we just select the whole virtualization layer, we can enable the auto join button. Then it will auto sync the latest status. Like if there's some new VMs added or the VM removed from the virtualization, Vinchin will auto be synced. Then second step, choose the backup destination. So here you can see for the destination, we can choose the storage, like dedicated storage we store, or we just can choose the resource pool. It will auto pick up the best performance one to use. Also the same for the backup node. The next one, the third step, configure the backup strategy. Here, we have the general strategy, which is similar as the previous one. Usually, we recommend customer to take weekly full with daily incremental backup. And then also we can configure the throttling policy to limit the max speed, and also configure the data storage policy, enable the duplication compression to reduce the usage of the backup storage. Also, we can enable the encryption to secure the backup data. And also set up the retention policy, how long we need to retain for the backup data. Here in the transmission strategy, just configure the transfer method we use for this backup job. Like we can configure the send transmission, the LAN, And for VMware, we have the hot add transmission. And next one, the security strategy. So this is totally new in the V9. Here we have the warm protection. So if we have enabled the warm feature for the storage, we can set up the warm protection for this backup job. And also, after we enable the warm, we just set up the retention, how many days we need to apply for the retention, and just combine with the warm protection period. And second one, the malware scan. So for the malware scan, we can scan like for the full disk, or we just scan for specific target. And in the V9, we also have the data integrity check. The data integrity check, this is just to verify if the backup data is the data consistency. So we can just do the check on like weekly basis or daily basis, or even we can just do it for every backup. And next one is some advanced strategy. Like we can configure the retry for the backup, just to avoid some maybe network not stable or the operation exception. We can just do the retry. Okay, so basically this is in V9, and for the backup, creating the backup job, configure the backup, what we can do. And the new features we have bring in the V9 is the security strategy. Then after the backup finish, we can use the backup data for the recovery, or we can just send the backup data to the offsite for the offsite DR purpose. Okay, the next feature I would like to introduce in more details to you is the verification. Yeah. So in the V9, we also did some optimization in the verification. So for Vinchin our verification, you can, it's we will created the verification VM just to check the availability. So for the verification, we can down in the Vinchin embedded KVM lab, or we can utilize the third-party virtual platform resources. So for the verification, compare with other solution, our advantage is we can utilize our own embedded KVM lab. Yeah, so there's no need to consume the third-party virtual platform resource, or just down from Vinchin side. So here you can see for the verification in the V9, we have bring more verification methods. Like we can do the network verification, we can do the heartbeat test, we can take the screenshots, just make sure the system can normally boot up. And also we can do the malware scan and integrity check. And after the verification finish, we'll just regularly send the verification report to your email address. Then we just can know the current status. Yeah, just make sure the backup is normal, is always ready for recovery. Okay. Next, the new feature I would like to introduce to you more is our V2V migration. We also, in the V9, we also did some optimization for the V2V migration. So if you don't know Vinchin before, so Vinchin, we can support, we are not only like a backup solution, we also can do the migration among different platforms. Even we can do the migration from the physical server to the virtualization, from physical server to the cloud, or it's like more like any-to-any migration. And for the migration, Vinchin, because different platform will have different formats, Vinchin, what Vinchin will do is we will just auto convert the different platform formats, just make sure it can be like compatible with the target platform. Okay, so here you can see for the migration, our solution is based on backup and restore. Firstly, we backup the VM, backup the data from the source platform, and then we use the backup data to restore to the uh, target platform. So here you can see the target platform. It can be like virtualization, it can be private cloud, or it can be public cloud. Okay, so here, let's see like what Vinchin can do for the migration in the V9. So basically for the migration, especially like the V2V, the migration among different platforms. For example, I migrate from VMware to other platform like maybe OLVM or like the Fusion Compute to other platform. We need to firstly convert the different platform formats. Like in the VMware, it's a VMDK format. Then after we migrate to the QVM platform, we need to convert to the QCOL2 format. So this one will be automatically done by Vinchin. And secondly, because there's some configuration difference between different platform. So Vinchin will also like auto just rebuild the configuration files just to make sure compatible with the target platform formats. And the third one is the driver replacement, especially like the disk driver and the network driver. If we do it like manually, usually we need to just pre-inject the related driver we needed to in the VM, and then we just restore to the target platform. But in the V9 for Vinchin, we will just automatic this process. So this driver replacement will be automatic done from in Vinchin. So here you can see in Vinchin for the migration, we have a driver library. Yeah, so in this driver library, we will have some related some common driver that used for the migration. And for every migration job, we will just detect if we have the driver, related driver for the migration. If we have just click the driver detection and after pass, then we can continue to the next step. And if we don't have the related driver, we can just manually upload the driver to Vinchin lab. Then Vinchin will auto finish the driver replacements process. So here you can see for this migration job, I migrate from VMware to the Fusion Compute. Here it will auto pick up for the disk. It will auto pick up the VirtIO and also the network will auto pick up the VirtIO as well. So this is the one we have the main feature we have bring in the V9 for the migration scenario, auto replace the driver between different platforms. And we think this is quite important for some customer if you are consider migrate from VMware to other platform, and maybe Vinchin can be one option as the migration tool to help you migrate your business, your operating system from the VMware to other platform or from any platform to another, as long as the platform is Vinchin supported. Okay, and next new feature I would like to just show a little bit to you is in the V9 we have a new backup module is the Kubernetes backup. Yeah, finally in the V9 we will support the Kubernetes backup. Here for the backup, it can be by the namespace or by the application. Another configuration, like how to take the backup, how to configure the backup policy is just similar as other module. Yep, here we can configure the backup strategy and configure the policy, configure the compression, yeah, encryption, and the retention policy for it. Also have the worm protection and integrity check. And next, new module we have bring in the V9 is the replication. So In VNI, we support the replication is like directly from the source to the target, and it's a agent-based solution. We need to install the agent on the source machine, and then we need to have a standby machine, yeah, as the target. Then we just regularly replicate the data from the source machine to the standby. And the next one, if some customer, they have more higher requirements for the RPO or RTO, we also have the CDP solution. It's like continuous data protection. We can just do the real-time backup, real-time replication, and if the source machine is down, it will just auto fail over to the standby machine. So this feature we just recommend for some very critical, business critical VM or the physical server or the VM. Okay, so then I think that's just all for my demonstration. Yeah, for my demonstration, actually, the purpose just I want to share in the V9 what we have did. We have did the enhancements and some new backup module we have bring in a new version. So it's more about the security enhancements. It's Vinchin itself security. We have the master server high availability, the node balance for the backup node and the backup storage. And also we have the warm protection solution. Yeah, and also we have the malware scan solution. It's all about the security enhancements. And another important one is for the V2V solution. Yeah, in V9 we can do the driver auto replacements for just the simplify the whole migration process. Yeah, and also we have did some optimization for the verification. We have bring more verification methods to for the check the backup data availability. So that's the main and enhancement and optimization we have bring in the V9. So thank you all to listen my demonstration.
Vinchin Backup and Recovery. Back IT up now.